Shout out to Marco Pedrana, AMG, Alfredo Jr., Dan Real, Kid Mantis, Christopher Graves, Mada Alcusa, Nathan Arseno, and Touch My Dilly. Welcome back in with King family to another F1 Clash video. In today's video, we're going to be doing our How to Win Series 8 video today. So we're going to be jumping into Series 8 here. We have 4 tracks for Series 8. We're going to be trying to get first 2 tracks in the first video, and then we're going to try to get the second 2 tracks in the second video for part 2. All right, so for this one, we're going to be using this setup, which is our fast bit time setup for Series 8 with only parts that we can get below Series 8. So all these parts are Series 7 and below is where you're going to be unlocking them. So this is going to be your fast bit time setup, and those are going to be your drivers, Kevin Magnussen and Lewis Hamilton. We could increase from Magnussen to like Albon or Latifi if you've unlocked them, as those are Series 7 drivers, but we're going to stick with Kevin and Lewis here. All right, so let's jump on into Series 8. So you want to make sure you're following the guide correctly, because Series 8 is about a lot of coins. All right, as you can see, it's 1.25 million coins to enter a race. So you don't want to mess around and lose all your coin. A few races in Series 8 and all your coins that you've worked for from Series 1 all the way up to Series 8 is gone. All right, so you don't want to mess around. This is why I always say make sure you have at least 3 entry fee when going up into a new season, a new series. So just in case if you get a bad match on the first race, not a problem of your strategy, but just a bad match, and you lose, you still have 2 more entries to try and recover. All right, so let's see what qualifiers bring us here with Kevin and Lewis. Nice tight qualifiers here. Magnussen out in P16, Lewis P24. We're going to be doing a 3-2-3 with both our drivers here. No servicing in the first stint, so we're going to go medium and we're going to go softs. All right. Hopefully Hutch do something further down in the season about the tire compounds to, you know, give like the soft tires a little buff over the hards and the mediums, and to give the medium tire a little buff over the hard tire, you know, as at this point in the game, like, none of the tires really have any buff over any of the tires. We thought that the soft tires would have a little buff over the medium and the hard tires, but it basically doesn't really have a buff over them at all. All right, so let's cruise here for 3 laps with both our drivers. There we see hard tires moving away, leaving those mediums to relax in P23. With our lead driver, Kevin Magnussen. Come on, don't lose that position. Give him a little boost, cut back down so we don't run out of tires to get that 3 laps in. And we don't want to burn down any of our servicing time either. So we got to always pay attention to that. Keep them nice. We see Lewis Hamilton now drop back to P24. That's all right. We want to create a good distance between Hamilton and Magnussen anyways. This is why I'm using a common driver here and a epic driver here, so I can have that good little distance in between both drivers to run the 3-2-2 strategy, the 3-2-3 strategy. We could also run the 3-3-2 strategy with one driver and 3-2-3 with one, but I like to go the 3-2-3 with both drivers. All right, so we're gonna stop for no servicing now. As you can see, not a lot of drivers are stopping at this point, and we have 66% of servicing bar. We're gonna go in. The rival Norris did not stop, and then we're gonna go out. That pit time was a bit long for it was a 350. Yeah, so our pit time is 350. And that pit stop was 360 something, and this one was 365. Alright, so now we're going to be boosting for 2 laps. We should catch our rival whose Norris went for an extra lap. We should catch them out with both our drivers. If our Kevin Magnussen can get this overtake done, the rival should stock here. There they go, going in for a stock, and we should clear all of those that are in pit. Both our drivers should go by them. They come back to hard tires right there. Nice. We're going to come back now to mediums with servicing. Mediums. No, we can't go mediums with Hamilton because he's 2 to 3. So we'll have to go hard tires with Hamilton. We always want that 3 to 4 as we're going to be boosting these drivers to the finish. While the rival Norris on those softs will have to make another stop. So I guess he did a no service pit stop there on those soft tires. Alright, so now for our pit stop with servicing. Should be about 4 or 5 seconds. 5.74, really nice right behind Norris. And 5.81, really nice right in front of the rival Joe. And we're basically just going to be boosting to finish from here. And that's really, really nice. Easy does it. Alright. So 3-2-3 works really nice for Series 8 here. You could also do the 3-3-2 as I suggested before. But this one works really, really nice. See Norris going for an extra lap. So he's going to be going to pit here in the 7th. He has to go to pit one of these laps. Has to. Because that's not going to be able to go to the end. Right now, he's probably wanting to push those tires to the end, but those tires cannot go to the end. There we go. K-Mag flying around there. We could now cut K-Mag down to regular driving to go to the end, as Lewis Hamilton is now out of fuel. And we'll just let him continue to conserve until we reach at a point where we could just cut him up to regular driving and bring them to the end. All right, and as you can see, we've created a huge amount of distance with our drivers with this strategy here. So we're getting more points for these races. So that makes your race grade fills a little bit faster than how it's been filling. Guess that Albon has 0 tires and he's just blocking. I hate that, especially when I'm on a tight race and I need that one position to win, and then a car and 0 tires just block my driver when he should have passed, causing me to lose that race. Hate that. All right. So we already shared the drivers and we've already shared the setup. We got the worst driver here. We went up against a Norris here, level 1 epic, giving the rival the best driver. So we're gonna kind of tone down our setup. We can kind of tone down our setup a bit, or either we're gonna tone down our drivers. All right. So if your setup is fine, if you're at your max fast pit time setup, and your setup is fine, and you need to tone down your drivers so you don't match those kind of players, so we're gonna tone down our drivers a bit. So we're gonna look for another driver that could fit here, probably Albon. Let's look for another driver that could fit here. Kevin Magnussen. All right, we'll just stick with Lewis there. But if you want to tone down your drivers, all you got to do is just use like a lower driver, second driver like that. You know, you just pick a lower second driver and kind of tone down your driver. You don't want to tone your driver down too low that your second driver don't do nothing. You want to still leave your second driver some room to play around there. But all you got to do is just tone them down a bit, and that should do the trick. All right, so let's cut up to Verstappen here. Let's see how much. All right, so Hamilton is going to give us 4. All right, so let's tone it down the Verstappen by 4. Let's check our parts. If we can tone down any of our parts, that will take away and give us some pit time, which is Series 7 and below. All right, so we're looking for a part that will not take away too much of pit time, but it will take away a good amount of stats to tone down or set up. All of these are taking away a huge chunk of the pit time that we don't want to lose too much. All right, this is taking away only 11.11 second, 1113. All right, so we're gonna throw this in there, and that's gonna tone it down by a good amount. All right, let's jump on into our next race and see if we can get on another track. Here we go for Japan. All right, let's see what qualifiers bring us here. We've toned down our drivers a bit, and we've toned down our setup a bit. Hopefully we don't get matched with any epic Series 12 epic drivers. Looks like, there we go. So we got Albon and Latifi epic. All right, so none of them are Series 12, so that's exactly what you want. All right, you want to, so whenever you start to match those Series 12 epics, you just want to start toning down your car a bit to stay away from those drivers. All right, and there we see Kevin Magnussen qualified P17, Verstappen P23, and we got a nice start here from both our drivers. Magnussen up to P16 already, Verstappen up to P23, holding P23. That's where he qualified. And then it's going to be a wet race here at Suzuka, Japan. All right, let's go down there. Didn't get that position. Was trying to go to the inside. Nice little inside there for Max Verstappen. We're going to cut him down there. All right, so we're basically going to be doing a 2-stop. You could go for a 1-stop here at Suzuka as it's wet, but we're going to be going for a 2-stop, 2 to 4 for boat drivers. This is why I use like a high level common driver as my second driver, so his tire management can be equal or close to equal to the main driver, who's going to be your front driver most of the time. He's going to qualify up in front of this driver all the time. All right, so we're going to boost there, take that corner nice and sharp, boost here, shove off that Latifi. Shove him off, trying to glitch in front of me. Not today, Latifi. All right, so we're going to do 4 laps with Magnussen. We're basically doing a 1-stop, yeah, basically 1-stop. 4 laps with Magnussen. We're going to do 3 laps with Verstappen for a 2-stop. Might do a 1-stop with Verstappen too. Might be a 1-stop for both our drivers here at Suzuka in the wet. All right. So since we're going to go 1-stop servicing with Verstappen, we could boost him from here. And we'll let Magnussen continue to conserve around. We don't want Verstappen to be hanging way in the back there. We want him to come and catch up to the rival, as they should be stocking here. The rival always stock here in a wet race on Japan. They're always stocking. Hopefully, all right, so our driver did not get blocked in by the rival stocking. All right, we're getting cut down there. That just rhymed. Let's go to pit now. We could go for no servicing and conserve, but we're going to stop for some servicing time as well. Let's give a little bit of boost here to hold our position with Magnussen. Going up against the Mercedes that are back up to farm. I wonder why Hutch didn't make the Mercedes car with no side pods. That would be nice if Hutch had made the Mercedes cars with no side pods. All right, so we're on the exit. P17 on the exit. Boost. We weren't boosting on the exit. Thought we were boosting. We weren't. We could just cut Kevin Magnussen now up to regular driving for his 3 laps. And then we'll just cruise with Verstappen here. We could boost Verstappen and bring him back to pit on the 6th lap for a fresh pair of tires. And since he's behind, let's do that. The rivals should go back to pit. The rival Albon and the rival Latifi should go back to pit on the 6th lap, as their tires are not going to be lasting them to the end at all. So we're going to cruise or Verstappen here, and then we're going to do a no service pit stop with Verstappen. We could just leave him on conserve, but we're going to cruise with him with the rival Latifi here, not allowing the rival Latifi to go away. Somebody suffering a breakdown. That was the rival Albon, who did not do any servicing as yet. Suffering a breakdown right there. He's smoking. Smoking like a chimney. Alright, so another thing that I don't like with the gameplay is that when a driver suffers a breakdown, you see Albon basically blocking up the track. I don't like that. They should not be able to block the track like that, like the way they do. Alright, so we're going to go in for a pit stop. We see the rival stocking. Then we're in and out and boosting to finish right now with Verstappen as Kevin Magnussen all the way up there on his 1 stop, cruising home in P9. Verstappen finishing in P20 here. Really nice. So I don't like when the cars are on 0 tires and they block the track, and I don't like when they suffer a breakdown and they're blocking the track. They should just move to the side and let the track be free as you go around. All right. If they're gonna block the track while they're in their dilemma, it makes no sense. Because other drivers that are not in that dilemma is going to suffer as well. All right, so that's basically going to be it for this one. We did 2 tracks. Make sure to stick around for later on. We're going to be putting out part 2. Make sure to check out part 2 for the other 2 tracks up here in Series 8. All right, so leave code word continue down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys who watch the full videos, for all your support. Hopefully this video helps you guys. And hopefully you can get these wins in Series 8. All right. So if you're in the lower series and you have not checked out our How to Win series, we have an entire series, How to Win, from Series 1 all the way up to now Series 8, that you can use for your guide to get you up here really fairly quickly. All right. So that's basically going to be it for this one. Unlocking George Russell there from a race crate. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. All good, guys. Bye.